Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing Season 2 of Afterlife, a Netflix original series written and directed by Ricky Gervais. So we have 6 new episodes. The thing with British TV series is that generally they're always short and leave you wanting more. Each of these episodes is half an hour. And the first season, I remember us being so emotional and just kind of blown away by Ricky Gervais and the world he's created. The story, in case you've forgotten, Tony's wife has died, and it's basically this guy trying to get himself out of the gutter, not wanting to kill himself, and he wants to every single day. And the way he can console himself with in the first season is basically him saying what's on his mind, which often resulted in really comedic stuff, and also you kind of hold your breath and going, you can't say that.
Yeah.
And that really worked because of how depressed he was. The juxtaposition of that really works. In season 2, we have much of the same, although there's left laughter.
Left laughter.
There's less laughter and more sadness this time.
Yeah.
What I really like about this season particularly is that they show that depression doesn't just come and go. And so they really deal with that if someone has something there and they start acting better, they aren't just suddenly better. And so they really deal with that. I'll let you talk now.
Okay. I think this one, it took me by surprise a little bit. When I first started watching this season, I wasn't sure that it was as good as the first season, but by the end of it, oh my gosh, my heart, it's it really gets you in the feels. And I think it's something that everyone, well, not everyone, but like most people will be able to relate to this in some way, because we've all lost someone that we love. So, whether it's a parent or grandparent or a partner or a sibling or cousin or whatever, but most people in the world have experienced that kind of loss at some point in their lives. And so there's moments in this season where your heart just gets shredded, really, and it really just, I guess it connects in a way with your audience that is very unexpected, because it's such a dry comedy, and it is, but I mean, my goodness, that nothing is taboo. Like, there is a character in this season who was in the previous season as well.
The psychiatrist.
But he's so much worse than I remember him. And I'm just like, every time he's on screen, I'm like cringing and wanting to hide behind my hands. And just like, he's just awful. Awful, awful. And we did discuss why we thought Ricky Gervais wrote him that way.
Yeah, so you need to have a character that you hate. It helps draw the audience on your kind of hero character, which is Ricky Gervais, because Tony, you are rooting for him to be better, to not kill himself, to be okay at life, to make friends, just to carry on. I do think, though, the psychiatrist was written wrong for this season, because in the first season you had the Tony character that was going to the psychiatrist, and everything wrong that the psychiatrist so it's a short, everything wrong the psychiatrist said, Tony would have a rebuttal or just call him up on it, or have something equally to say, and it would be like a buffer. Yeah, like a buffer to stop it.
Him from,
This time you have Tony's brother-in-law who is seeing him, and we're not going to spoil why. But the stuff that the psychiatrist comes out is so much worse, but there's no buffer. And so instead of you going, oh, I'm so glad somebody said something against that, this time around you have like, oh, I really, really dislike you. You are the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
And that would be my only negative takeaway from this series, because like you said, I wasn't sure it was as good, and it didn't start as good for me, especially with the comedy.
It was, you said that, I mean, I agree with you, the jokes were just a bit ruder. They were a bit like always below the belt. You kind of
But as it creeped up, I feel like I like this season more. But I only think I like this season more because it has season 1 to feed off of.
Yeah.
So you've had all that history, and the character journey of the Tony character in this, I just loved seeing him, or like what he's gone through, and the strides that he's making in life without doing like spoilers. It's a weird thing to do spoilers for. I do like the other characters as well, and they do spend some time with them as well, which
Yeah.
is great, and you see people start to pair off with other people. The thing about this series is it's quintessential British. It's the most British. Even our son mentioned is like, this is so British, man. And it
Not
totally
in that
is.
accent, of course.
And even though it's very British, I think people around the world will be able to relate to this.
In a way, yeah.
Because I think the characters are so real, even though they're so British.
Yeah.
They're so normal, like they're so British, they're so normal that you can't help but like them. Even the really, really characters that you're like, oh, you're terrible, but you just know there are people like that in real life, in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
My favorite character is the dog still, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the dog. The thing is,
I like the sex worker.
the sex worker.
She makes
great.
me laugh.
Yeah.
Not a prosy.
Not a prosy. Yeah, Ricky Gervais in real life loves animals more than people. He said that a number of times, and you get the sense that this dog, even though it's an actor dog, there's only one of them, and he says that when he's offset and he's not with the dog, he really does miss it. So the relationship with the dog on screen is real.
Yeah.
And you feel that with other characters and actors as well. Their relationships are real. That's why I think it's so emotionally engaging. So when they go for those gut punches, you really feel it.
Yeah. And I have to say that I was thoroughly impressed with Ricky Gervais's acting.
Yeah.
Like, I believed every moment of it.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't a scene where I thought, good acting. It was like he was just being real.
Yeah. It's written, directed, and produced and acted by Ricky. It's obviously a project of love. Season 1 was so well received, and now season 2 I think will be as well received. Fingers crossed that it gets picked up for another season. And if this is the quality of writing, then the future's really bright for this series. I do hope that it doesn't outstay its welcome, though.
Yeah, I don't want another series.
Whether there'll be a third season or not, I don't know. You'll have to find out to see what happens within the story. Let us know in the comments below whether you want a third season once you've seen it. Did you enjoy season 1? And once you've seen it, which is your favourite season so far? And what's your favourite Ricky Gervais show ever? Is it this one? Is it Extras? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this review. But most of all, until next time, remember...
Live long and shoot, eh?